watching a film with friends, missing VHS videotape repeating.
Welcome back, peeps and creeps, family crew. Today we're looking at John Carpenter's Christine. A Richard Cobritz production. Quote, Carpenter's best since Halloween, according to Time. You know, can that be true? This movie came out, what, 1983? Halloween 1978. And between those two, you had The Thing and Escape from New York. That's all I'm saying. Columbia Pictures release. Nice image there in the front. Spine. You can tell this is my original copy that I bought off the shelves in the 90s because it's got water damage from when my basement flooded. She was born in Detroit on an automobile assembly line, but she's no ordinary automobile. Deep within her chassis lives an unholy presence. She is Christine, a red and white 1958 Plymouth Fury, whose unique standard equipment includes an evil, indestructible vengeance that will destroy anyone in her way. She seduces 17-year-old Arnie Cunningham, Keith Gordon, who becomes consumed with passion for her sleek, rounded, chrome-laden body. She demands his complete and unquestioned devotion, and when outsiders seek to interfere, they become the victim of Christine's horrifying wrath. John Carpenter brings Stephen King's best-selling novel to life in this chilling thriller. Mouthful. So yeah, obviously based on the story, or based on a novel by Stephen King, co-produced by Larry Franco, directed by John Carpenter, screenplay by Bill Phillips. Trying to think, what else did John Carpenter and Stephen King do? Was there a Stephen King related thing in Body Bags or not? So I know Creepshow was George Romero, Stephen King, and then Body Bags is kind of like a horror anthology, John Carpenter based. I don't remember. Great film. It's not one of the John Carpenter ones I go back to too often, but definitely always worth watching. So this is 1983 copyright for the movie, 1987 artwork and design on the VHS, but yet back here we have a 1995 layout and design. So there's obviously an edition from the 1980s that we don't have, but I do have this copy here. A little bit more active on the front. And this one I think is 1999. So there's, what, a 4-year difference between these two. So this is my original copy. This is when I picked up, actually in a haul video off eBay just recently that you guys saw. I probably have another copy or two, Christine, somewhere in the archive. But this is my original one that I picked up. I like Keith Gordon a lot. Before this, he was in Jaws 2. But then he was pretty big in the 80s with Back to School. And what was the other thing he was in? I don't know, Back to School is one of my favorites that he's in. And of course, he went on to become a director and writer himself, making some really great movies. One of my favorites being Waking the Dead, that he directed based off of the novel that we've seen on the channel before. But really good movie. Again, this is 1983, so all practical effects. I mean, everything in it is just fantastic. The practical effects, like in The Thing, were phenomenal. And then, a year or two later with this, the way they were able to do that scene of the car rebuilding itself, which I just saw a clip of on like Instagram or YouTube Shorts the other day, talking about how they did that, before computers. But Christine, John Carpenter's own, not his best since Halloween, but still a great watch. It's out of his 80s. I mean, really everything that John Carpenter did in the 80s I dig, although I don't think I've still never watched Starman. But Big Trouble in Little China, Cacao, They Live, Boosh, and then one of my favorites, Prince of Darkness, Snip Snap. So let me know your guys' thoughts on Christine. Is it his best since Halloween? No. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time.